Guys, this is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this video I want to look at the new DC Universe, DC Classics, New 52, whatever you want to call it, the new Hawkman. It is the New 52 design. It's from that DC Unlimited, DC Comics Unlimited line. It's gone by a couple different names since they announced it, but either way, this is the new 52 Hawkman, which is super cool. They should just call it the super cool Hawkman. Way cooler than the old design. I'm perfectly content with this figure. I recommend it 100%. Unfortunately, since this is a review, and I have to live up to my reputation of having something wrong with every figure, I do have a couple things to point out. Let's start with the height though. He stands almost 7 inches tall, so pretty good size for the figure. Not complaining about that at all. The overall look of the figure, really good. He uses the same wings we've seen before, which are fine. I do wish they had a little bit of an extra chunk in this region right here, so when you flip them up like this, it's not so segmented, but they still look good and they still look fine, work fine. Nice articulation to them. Paint scheme, paint job, really good. Some nice shading, they look great, and that's dandy. He has two accessories. This one is like an axe, and it's made out of a really soft material, which I guess is the new thing for toy companies. I don't know what's up with that, but I'm not really going to complain because it still has nice shape to it. You can't really worry about breaking it too much, and what's wrong with having them soft? Who cares? So that's fine with me. I do wish it wasn't solid gold though. Looks a little cheap because of that, but still, it's okay, and like I said, the sculpt is good. So he's got that. And he's got his new shield thing, which is like a shield claw mixture. Aside from being a little bit bulky where it clips on and being all one color again, it's pretty cool, and I really like that. It's more of a design thing, but it's still really cool, so no problems there. Really nice. His helmet, same gold as the accessories, so that looks really, really cool. He's got all these little spiky things on his face. Again, this is a design thing, so I'm talking more about that than the figure, but the figure pulls it off well. So that looks very cool. He's got his shoulder pad. It all matches, all the gold matches. Shoulder pad's a little bit of a floaty piece, and it's kind of soft, so it's not going to get in the way of the articulation too much. The only problem with the shoulder pad is the harness, which looks good, but due to the design, the way it's connected back here, you can't use the ab crunch. It just doesn't really let you go. So that's a little bit of a problem for me. And then it kind of bunches up when you go back. So as long as you don't want to use the ab crunch, you're golden with this guy. No pun intended, since he's gold. But it is a problem, so I have to point it out. The bird on his chest, the hawk, it looks fine. Everything looks good about this guy. It's really just that one problem with the harness, which ties into the other problem where if you look on his back, they didn't paint the part that's molded on. So that's a little bit lazy. But as long as you leave the wings like that, you'll never see it. So it's really a non-issue. The hand wraps, could have used a wash or a dry brush, but they still look pretty cool. So I'm not really complaining about that too much. The green on the pants is a nice flat green with some shading on there, so that looks really good. And then his boots are gold like the rest of the gold parts, and they go up over the knee, so it looks really cool. Even when you bend them, it doesn't really break the design too much, so I really like that. And then he does have the thigh swivel built in, so thigh swivel there, standard knee joint, standard ankle joint, standard hip joint, everything standard DC Universe Classic style. The only problem is the ab crunch and the painting on the harness. Otherwise, this guy is super duper, as some people might say. Probably nobody would say that, but it is a really cool figure. I don't have any complaints other than those few tiny nitpicks, and those don't even really count other than the fact that this is a review and I have to point them out. So I definitely recommend this guy. Maybe my favorite one of the bunch of these new figures that are coming out. I don't know for sure, because I really like the Batman and Superman also, but this guy is great. So go pick him up if you are able to. If not, make yourself able to and go get him, because you won't be disappointed. Really, really cool figure. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the rest of the figure reviews and some more custom figures, and in the meantime, keep collecting.